guys, this is part 3 of the MSC Seashore.
Hey guys, in the previous video in regards to the ARIA experience, I was asked if the bands were included. I know it says if you look it up online that they are, but they were not, so I hope that helps.
Good morning, everyone. It is a overcast day here in Ocean Cay. My room is right up there, and I just filming a little bit of the ship for you guys. They're so friendly here on the seashore. I have met some amazing staff. The food has been great, and we'll continue the tour today in this video. We'll see. I just wanted to come on here and say hi while on the ship, and hopefully you're enjoying the video.
The MSC Seashore tour will be 2 videos in order to make it something that you guys can sit down and watch in one setting. She's such a large ship. She's over 1,000 feet long, 154,000 tons. Center of the ship is a beautiful ship. It's a great place to meet. In case for some reason you're actually needing to do business on the ship, they do have a business center. You can reserve one of those rooms if you have a meeting or something going on. You can also watch things in your room. This was one of the shows that we watched in our room. We didn't have to go to the show. You can also view the front of the ship from your room. And while we were doing this that day, they actually were cleaning the front windows there, which was actually kind of fun. We watched the guy clean the window. Touring the ship, she's very clean, she's very open, she's very bright. This is the photo center where you order your photos, your digital. They will print them here for you. You can take them home. They're always taking pictures on the ship. For those of you that have cruised before, you know this is where you would also get your bands, should you want your bands. This is also here where you get your internet if you haven't purchased it prior. The MSC Cruise Line is one that actually gives back. They have their own foundation. It is located right here in this area, and anything that is purchased from the MSC Foundation actually goes directly to the MSC Foundation. So if you find something in this area, they also have just a donation box up front here. So if that's something that you're interested in, this is where you would find it. There's also plenty of stops on the ship. This is if I forgot something, this is where I need to go. So I was telling you guys, they do have it. It's just going to cost you a bit more if you're a duty-free shop. They have clothes, of course, and handbags, all kind of neat little things depending on what you're interested in. There are so many different areas to sit on the ship. This is where they have trivia a lot. But as you can see, it's just really, really open. I happen to like the way the colors are. It's just, to me, really clean and refreshing. Relaxing is probably a word that I would choose. They have live music here a lot of nights. Again, like I said, during the day, they have trivia. There's always something to do, and there's always something to see on the ship. Unlike the MSC Meraviglia and the MSC Cruise Line, they do not have a dome, a promenade dome. They have this particular area, and then they have the screens in the main area, which you'll see in a few moments, that are forever changing. This one, obviously, the ship is done in a New York theme, so there's always something in each of these areas that would represent New York in one way or another. The casino is also located in this area. They actually call it a mini atrium in this area here on deck 7. There is smoking allowed in the casino, so keep that in mind. It is one of the only places actually on the ship versus the outside smoking area where it is allowed. I don't know what you consider to be a large casino, but it is over 12,000 square feet. It has 182 slot machines, 12 tables, bingo, and lottery. This was the main atrium that I was speaking of that has the screens. This is actually at the private island, so they actually have the private island on the lighthouse or the private island on those screens, and it does change depending on what they're doing. It was a nice feature. It definitely showed you how big the area was. This gentleman knew where to come get a cup of coffee. It was very good. That's actually an espresso machine that that gentleman is standing at. And it was a quiet place actually in the morning to get a nice cappuccino. So if that's something you're looking for, remember, in the main area there, great place to get a coffee. We found several different places next to the windows that seemed to always stay quiet. This was one of them. This was actually the champagne bar, but it was a nice quiet place to sit inside, watch the waves, and watch people go by. This is deck 8. This is where a lot of your specialty restaurants are located. We will be covering the food in a separate video, but this is where they are located on the ship. The only thing I will say about some of these areas are that they're not closed off, so if there is any function of live music, etc. going on, it is kind of hard to hear someone who is speaking to you. But the restaurant itself was just as good as I remember. The sports bar, also located on deck 8, wraps all the way around from one side to the other. It kind of joins in on the other side of the casino here, so we've actually switched to the other side of the ship. I do like that so many of the areas allow you to see that you're on a ship. Sometimes you can be so closed in that you miss that you're on a ship. So many times when you're on a large ship, you're so involved being on the ship, which is great. It's wonderful to have so much to do, but you miss the fact that you're on the ocean. You miss some of those views. You miss what's going on outside. So it was nice that a lot of the areas were very open. There's a lot of windows. I definitely appreciated that. It's a nice area, and you can get bar food there. Again, that's something we'll go over when we talk about the food. You can sit there, catch up on your scores, chit chat with maybe some people that you're with, and have a few bites to eat. So it is a nice kind of setback area to hang out. We are headed to the spa. The spa is also on the 8th floor. Our room was on the 9th floor, so it made it very convenient to just go downstairs since it was part of our experience to enjoy the thermal spa. We were down there quite often, but the staff made it so enjoyable that honestly, we just looked forward to going downstairs and saying hello, and we did.
Hello, welcome to Orient Spa.
This face is the face that greeted me and my husband when we would go to the thermal spa early in the morning or late at night to enjoy the salt bath. She made it a pleasure, and we looked forward to seeing if she was standing behind the counter. We'd even peek from upstairs just to see if we can see anybody below. It was definitely a good experience for us. I was very careful what I recorded because this is an area where you go to relax. So if there were any people there at all, I did not film. So I tried to go back on several occasions on the areas that I wasn't able to film. But you will get a great idea of what to see or do should you want to purchase or be in an experience that includes the thermal spa. This is the salt bath, spa bath that I look forward to tremendously. And it definitely works. It definitely helps. To me, it's worth the thermal spa experience as a whole. But there's so much else that you can experience. If you're someone that likes cold baths, if you're someone that likes to experience hot to cold or cold to hot, they have those showers there. They have saunas and more than one different kind of sauna. That's kind of like your cold plunge bucket situation there. They have a salt room. They even have a snow room. Yes, this is snow. It actually produces snow in this room. And yes, it was cold. This is your mineral salt room. But there's a lot of different things to experience. And when you get on the ship, whether it's this ship or one of the other ships, you can actually do a tour. They will walk you through and kind of show you what there is to experience before you purchase something if you're not already in that experience to make sure that something that you would take advantage of. This is one of the showers I was speaking of. You can either start from cold here and go around this way to hot, or start the other way and go from hot to cold. The spa provides your towels for you. They do have showers as well as lockers to make it quite convenient for you. This was very popular. It is a spa type area. It's just not salt water, but again, this is very early in the morning. I promise you, it was full a lot. This is your jungle pool and jungle lounge area. They had a lot of special events here. It also is a gaming area, some small games that are out there. They do seem to cost extra, so keep that in mind. Like I said, lots of windows, lots of ways to be able to see out. You can see here that the pool costs $9. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what you might be looking at. This area also leads into the kids program area, teens as well. All that's kind of right here in this area. Seems you need another player to make this game work. This area that we're headed to is actually the gaming area where all the games are as far as like electronic games They have everything what I would consider pretty centrally located. So if you have one, like obviously kids, children, you're going to want something like this close to that area. So it'd be nice for you as an adult to be able to sit down there and know that they could come find you in a pretty central location. You can purchase a pass, which you will see here the prices, or you can purchase the games individually. You know yourself or your children best, so you can decide what would be best for you when it comes to this. This is the outdoor kids pool area, which we'll get to in just a moment. We're at the top now. We're actually in Cozumel here, and you can see a couple of the other ships that are in port and the rain moving in. Trying to get this done because I knew the rain was coming. But this is where the sports complex is upstairs, where you have the basketball and other pool areas, as well as the TV screen, where they show different movies and things throughout your trip. This isn't the main pool area, mind you. This is just one of the pool areas. This is Pirate Cove. This is your pirate ship pool area, kids play area, kids fun area. But some adults can have a little bit of fun too, as you'll see. This is your water slide, and you can see how high and how far over the side it goes. Again, this is early in the morning and later in the day. It's a happening place. People took full advantage of this. You could hear me let out a little note there as I walked across that. It doesn't seem like that much, but when you're holding a camera and you're trying to film yourself while doing it, I promise you the task increases greatly. This one wasn't as bad, so I thought, until I started walking over it. And I just had to giggle to myself. And I'm like, I've committed. It's got to go. It's not that hard, but like I said, I'm holding a camera, so my balance is completely off. At least that's what we're going to tell everybody. For those of you wondering if there's any guidelines, restrictions, etc. to this area, here you go. I just happened to catch my hubby going across. The rain had chased everyone away from the basketball courts upstairs, but there was still something to enjoy, even in the rain.
Hey guys, it's Snow here, close to my to be exact. Um, my allergies have started to kick my butt a little bit, so I have not been on film as much because I'm trying to be nice about it. For me, I think more so. So I look a little more tired than normal. That being said, a little bit of a storm brewing up apparently, but everyone seems to be having a blast. We are next door to the Carnival Spirit and Harmony of the Seas. That's 2 for 2. MSC seems to be doing exactly what they say they're doing. I know that there's a ship for everyone, there's a cruise line for everyone. Like I like to say, it's yours to make, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You are the biggest part of how you're going to enjoy your trip. So we're enjoying ourselves. This one's a little more slower trip for me because I have my husband with me this time, which is very nice. So still trying to get everything in to make sure they get all the information for you guys. Back to enjoying Cozumel.
So this has been the first half of the tour of the MSC Seashore. The second half will follow next Tuesday. A new video comes out every Tuesday. We will also be going over Cozumel, the private island, the food, and some of the do's and the don'ts or the things that we ran into on the ship.
Sure. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you have any questions, I would ask that you send them my way, whether it is on Instagram, Facebook, here on YouTube, however you choose to do it, that's fine. I love answering your questions. I love hearing your questions. It helps me better give you the content that you're looking for. Thanks to all that are subscribed. It means the world to me. If you're not subscribed, I would ask that you would please just click and subscribe. It's the only way that YouTube knows that my content is worth watching, and it sends it out to more people so I can create better content for you. Until the next adventure, see you next time. See you next time.